Hey, this is Lisa A, and you're listening to Who's That Star on LCC Connect at Lansing Community College. Who's That Star is a behind-the-scenes show where I sit down and talk with the employees at the college. This is an inside look at LCC, where you have a chance to learn about their passions, projects, and what inspires them both in their work and personal lives. I'm your host, Lisa Alexander, and I'm so excited to get a chance to talk to all the people who make LCC great. This show is for you to get to know the people that work at Lansing Community College a little bit more and see what makes them tick. Are you ready? Okay, let's find out. Who's that star? Today on Who's That Star, we have someone that I feel is one of the most reliable people I know around the college. I know she is going to do what she says. I always enjoy working with her. She has the best interests of the student at heart. This star came to LCC in 2010. She started her journey at LCC with the Business and Community Institute, first as a program coordinator and then a success coach for the E-Pathways, a partnership with Capital Area Michigan Works. From those experiences, she was able to broaden her work as a success coach for the Computer Information Technologies program and technical careers, before shifting over to the college-wide Success Coach program in 2017. Since then, she's became a manager in 2018 and now is serving as director of this program. Prior to LCC, this star earned her Master's of Arts in Student Affairs Administration from MSU and worked at MSU in the area of residence life and housing. All right, everybody, are you ready to learn who's today's star? Drum roll, please. Today's star is Sarah Garcia-Linz, Director of Success Coach Program. Sarah, welcome to Who's That Star. I'm so glad you could come on today. I've wanted you to come on here for a long time now.
Thank you so much for having me. This is my first podcast. I'm really excited to be here.
I find that hard to believe, but I'm so glad that you are starting out with us. So I'm ready to get started. How about you?
Let's do it.
All right. Can you tell me a little bit about who you are and what is important to you in your life right now?
Yeah, thank you. Those are great questions. So first and foremost, as you shared, I'm the director of the Academic Success Coach team here at LCC. I've been at LCC for 13 years, so it's a really big part of my life. I love LCC, love working with other LCC stars, and making a difference to other people. Besides that, I'm a Michigander. I have lived here most of my life. I've moved around a little bit, but it's a really good place to be, and I think I'll probably be here for the rest of my life. Through marriage, I've also gotten to add parent and grandparent to the roles I play. Okay. I'm also a sister. I have 3 sisters, and we live in 4 different time zones.
Wow.
So we get to do regular fun Zoom calls. We have to coordinate the time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what's important to me right now is the relationships I have with other people, making good choices that positively impact me and the world around me, and just finding peace and acceptance with myself and the world that we live in.
All right. Hey, I applaud that. You say you're from Michigan. What parts?
I went to Okemos High School.
Okay, so you're from around this area.
Yeah, I lived in Grand Rapids as a smaller kid, but moved to Okemos in middle school. Went to Wisconsin for my undergraduate, then came back to Michigan for my master's program at MSU. Then I moved out to New England for a while. I worked at the University of New Hampshire.
Oh, wow.
Moved around a little bit, but then found myself back in Lansing in 2010 and here to stay.
Hey, I'm glad. We're so glad to have you here. What do you like most about what you do here at LCC?
I am a firm believer in the power of higher education. Colleges change lives, and I've seen that firsthand through the many students I've worked with. And I can say that college was very impactful for me as a student as well. I love the diversity here, meaning the diversity of the students we serve, the people we work with, the programs we offer, and the activities we get involved with. We have thousands of students, and I think it's safe to say thousands of different experiences. I love being a part of it. With the Success Coach team, it's rewarding to work with a team of people dedicated to students and their success. There's a lot of positive energy, great ideas, and it's really a wonderful group to be around every day.
So in the introduction, I talked about how you started out as a success coach. Or did you? Yeah, you started out as a success coach. Then you came into the college-wide and then became a manager. And now you're the director. You have went through like all the steps. Do you have a favorite?
That's a great question. With every step, I definitely learn new things. I'm a very firm believer of continuous learning and growing and improving. And I don't know what my end goal is going to be. I just try to do a really good job wherever I'm at and help other people.
Yeah, I really got acquainted with you when you worked with the computer area, and you were like a success coach for that area, but it was trying to get women in STEM. And I thought that was so cool. And then I remember running home telling Michaela, oh, I know somebody perfect for you to talk to. But she changed her mind. So, but anyway, I just thought that was such a great way to get women into the STEM area and the computer area. So did you enjoy that work as well?
I loved it. I learned so much about technology, and I don't consider myself to be a super tech person, but being a part of that program is actually for adult learners to come back to school, learn IT, and ultimately get employment. So it was a really neat program. It actually inspired me to take some classes here at the college, and I got my certificate of completion in computer basics while I was working in the program.
Oh,
so
wow.
I could learn more about it firsthand and support our students better. So yeah, it was a great time.
That is cool. What is life like for you outside of working at Lansing Community College?
Yeah, outside of work, life is very busy, but quiet at the same time. My wife works for a nonprofit, and we're both at busy times in our careers, so we both work a lot. Our son is in high school and he plays football, so balancing parenting, working, taking care of our dog and 2 cats. That's pretty much life. I like simple things. I like going for walks. I like Netflix and just keeping all the balls we're juggling up in the air.
Well, yeah, because with you being the director, I'm sure you have so many different competing tasks, right? Like you got to manage people, and you direct a staff of how many?
So we have 18 full-time success coaches, 2 managers, and a lead support and myself. So it is a big team.
And you're responsible for all of that. And then you have to take care of that. But then you also have duties that you have to do in the college. What are some of those things that you do outside of, which is almost a full-time job, managing all those people? And what are some other things that you do in your role as director?
Yeah, it is a lot. A lot of it depends on the time of the year. So it might be balancing getting new students into our system and connected with the success coaches, working with our academic alert system, which shares with us if there are students who may be struggling in the classroom to make sure that we're able to help them. It's a lot of reporting, a lot of data collection. A big part of the success coaches is documenting all of their interactions with students, which is a lot. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes looking at that so we can tell what kind of impact we're making, if there's any opportunities that we might be missing, connecting with the rest of the college. One thing I do that I really enjoy, it's not necessarily directly part of my role as director, but I've been serving on Academic Senate for the last couple of years, mm-hmm. which is a really interesting way to learn more about what's happening across the college, engage in conversations with people from all over the college, and try to bring my perspective from the success coaches and student affairs to that group.
Yeah, because you brought trainings, the student affairs, and the college-wide. Because I think, what was that? We just did the ACE. We just did that one, which I thought that, I love that one. And I think it just helps you to just kind of remember, like, how you have to be, why you need to be kind to people, and what things you may bring to the table that you need to be aware of. And I just always loved that. I thought I was appreciative of that. And I just think that you do a lot that people don't necessarily realize, all the things that you do. And so we are super glad to have you here. And I just wanted you to expand on that so people really know what you do.
Well, I appreciate that. I think student affairs is a fun area to be a part of because so much is always changing and there's a lot of professional development opportunities. Just looking into a webinar about artificial intelligence and how that impacts student affairs. And we really have to keep current with everything because so much is changing with technology and with the pandemic. So continuing to learn and figure out how that shapes our work is it's exciting.
Yeah, one of the other things that I wanted to mention too that I love about you as a director and your team is you guys do so much fun stuff. So I love like the bonding that you do with your team. You just have fun. And I think that's important. And I'm glad that you as a director realize that. So I just wanted to shout you out for that too, because I'm always like, oh, they look like they're having so much fun when they do different things and everybody dresses up, and I'm just that type of person. So I appreciate that. So.
Yeah, team building is important and fun is important, especially when you work hard. And
yes,
a lot of our students have really challenging situations, so sometimes just being able to
decompress and and I like that, and you're right, the team building aspect, you just get to know your colleagues more. I just think, and it helps you work with students better, right? You're just confident, you understand, you're relaxed, and so I just wanted to shout that out. So, but my next question is, like, what are your hobbies and how did you get into them?
That is another great question, especially because I think a lot of us working, parenting, sometimes it's hard to find time for that, but it is really important. So one thing that I really enjoy is I'm part of a book club, and it started shortly before the pandemic, and kind of a random group of friends, we just decided, hey, let's do it. And once a month, someone picks a different book and hosts, and we gather on a Sunday night and talk about a book, and it's really fun, and we've gotten to know each other a little bit better through that. But it's also gotten me to read more and read things I wouldn't normally read, which I like because it gets me out of my comfort zone a little bit.
That's what I was going to wonder, like, are you reading like nonfiction? Is it a specific genre or everybody gets to pick what they like?
Yeah, everyone gets to pick what they like, and people have different tastes. So there's often something that some people like, some people don't like. It's usually fiction, but we have read some nonfiction. I think one of our first books was on the refugee crisis, and then we decided, you know what, let's keep it a little lighter.
Yeah, I get, yeah. I know, because that can be heart-wrenching sometimes, but you want to know and stay informed. So I think that's cool, because a lot of people say, oh, we're going to do it, but then they don't.
Yeah.
And so that you guys did it and is still doing it is a good thing. Right, yeah.
Yeah. I also recently joined a Thursday evening bowling league, which is definitely not something I've done before, but a couple of acquaintances asked if I would join, and I thought, you know what, that would be really fun because, it's just again, opportunity to hone a skill, get to know some people a little bit better, and have fun.
So you weren't a bowler before?
I was not a bowler.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And I'm not very good, but I'm having fun, and I feel like I'm getting a little better. So
hey, I feel like, if you're giving it a try, And it seems like it's always fun when you go, like, I'm a bowler, but I don't want the pressure of the league. That's why I was kind of like, and then like after 3 games, my arm hurts.
Oh, my arm gets tired. Yeah.
So I was like, but no, I think LCC have a bowling league. And so I had thought about that. And that's a fun way to get to know people you work with.
All right. So, well, maybe that's what we should do is join the LCC Bowling League.
I might have to since my daughter's out of high school now. I got more time. So I may have to do that and think for me.
It is fun. It is fun.
So those are your 2 hobbies?
Yeah.
And how did you said you just experimented and taken a leap of faith and started them.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
So you hear that out there. Don't think about it. Just do it. Do you have or live by any piece of advice or a motto?
There are a lot that I like. Lots of advice, lots of quotes. We have quite a few quotes around in the Success Coach area to help us remind ourselves what's important and to inspire people. But one that I really like is, if you work really hard and you're kind, amazing things will happen. And that's Conan O'Brien.
Okay.
And I think, I definitely, I think working hard is very important, but also being kind to people.
I agree.
Those are 2 really important things to me and can lead to really good opportunities.
I definitely agree. And it's really kind of that simple too, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes you don't have to make this really big deal about the things that you do. If you work hard, whether you know your subject you trying to learn, so that's working hard till you get to expertise level, and just being kind and empathetic to people to know that they have a struggle too will make people remember how you made them feel. And so you're right. That's why opportunities come to people. Mm-hmm. So I definitely agree with that one. And who'd have thought Conan said that?
Right? Yeah, but he strikes me as a kind individual who works hard. So.
And he's funny. I love him.
He is funny.
Watch him all the time. So that's your favorite one?
That's one I really like.
Yeah,
simple, but it's
it is. I kind of like that too, though.
Yeah,
I think that one I might use that one too.
Absolutely.
So, what's one thing that can instantly make your day better?
Something that can really help is a sincere compliment. I'm not someone who needs a lot of praise or external validation, but if someone says something genuine, you've given me some very nice compliments just during this podcast, and I'm all warm and fuzzy now, and I appreciate you, but it's nice because sometimes we don't know the impact we have on other people, or what kind of, if I said something and it someone else says, oh, that I remember that, or that meant something to me, that can really make my day wonderful. Another thing is humor. I don't think of myself as a very funny person. If I try to be funny, sometimes it just comes out awkward. But when I am successfully funny and people laugh, that is like a huge win.
Yeah. No, I understand. It's good to bring people joy.
Yeah.
And if you can with humor, that's always a win. But I definitely meant what I said. I think those things are true. So I'm glad that I could make your day better. Now, I'm curious what you think about this. Like, do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
I was very quiet growing up. I was extremely shy, didn't have a lot of friends. I was a bookworm. I definitely for a long time felt very introverted, wasn't really into large groups, parties, things like that. Now I feel like I'm more in the middle, especially at work. I love talking to people at work.
Yes.
And I think it's because I enjoy work so much and I get excited and I like learning about what's happening at the college and I like getting to know different people. And maybe it was after being at home for 1.5 years during the pandemic, a lot of people said that made them more introverted. Mm-hmm. I feel like it actually maybe made me more extroverted because I I've realized I really enjoy talking to people.
Right.
And I do get energized from that. But still, at the end of the day, I like my quiet time, my downtime, and getting my energy back.
Yeah, I definitely, I don't see you out there as a party animal for sure, but I definitely think the pandemic did impact people. I knew I liked talking to people. It was just reaffirmed when we were sitting there looking at that computer and I didn't get to walk. Because, I come back in your area all the time causing havoc. And I enjoy it because, it's just so many different people that I enjoy talking to. But it's fun to have interaction with people. So
yeah, you definitely strike me as an extrovert.
But I am and I'm not. Like, I'm an extrovert, but I was an only child. So I need peace. Like, I'll go home and I don't want to talk to nobody because I've just put so much energy out throughout the day. And it's like, okay, you guys, I don't really feel like talking, but I am. Most of the time I enjoy people. I like finding out stuff about them and I feed off of energy. So, yep. If you've got good positive energy, we'll have a lot in common in talking. Okay, so what motivates you to work hard? Because you are a hard worker.
Yeah, I enjoy work, and that makes it easy to work hard. But I think a couple of influences, definitely my parents. I had wonderful parents. I was really fortunate, and they both had good work ethic and taught me that hard work is good work. I remember specifically my dad telling me at a young age, I think I made some kind of snotty remark about someone's job, and he said, "Oh no, all honest work is good work, and you can't judge anybody by the work they do because it's all respected." I don't take work for granted. I'm very thankful that I have a career and have found a space within higher ed and LCC. My motivation is definitely a desire to help others, but also make sure I'm fulfilling the responsibilities I've taken on. It's not something I take lightly, but it's also something I truly enjoy, and that helps.
Yeah, it does make a difference. So your parents give you a good foundation.
Definitely.
Good work ethic, yeah.
Yep, and responsibility, they knocked that into me.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, not judging people's parenting styles, but that's just one that I like. I think that it makes people self-sufficient. They understand that, and if you want something, you have to work for it. It's not going to be given to you, and it carries on while they're gone. Like, my parents were like that, and both of them are deceased now, but I understand from them what it means to work. And I'm so happy because now I can take care of myself and, do what I need to do. So that mindset is something that I'm glad that I was exposed to.
That's great. Yeah, both my parents have passed too, and I don't know about you, but the older I get, I just open my mouth, especially if I'm parenting, and it's their words coming out.
Yeah.
Like, they have such an influence.
Yeah. You never thought that you'd be like, I was like, ooh, I'm not going to never say none of the stuff that you be telling me. And then I'm saying the same stuff to Michaela, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my mama cursed me like she said, I'm just starting to be her now. So.
Yep. Like, you're cold? You can put on a sweater. You don't need to turn up the heat. That costs money.
Exactly. But yeah, well, we're going to wind down. I got one more question for you. I want to know, what's your favorite way to spend a day off? You work so hard. You're here a lot of the time. When you do take days off, what's your favorite way to spend it?
That is a great question. And it is very important. I was just talking to a colleague earlier today about how important it is to take that time off, refresh, take care of yourself. So I don't have this very often, but on the occasion I might have a day off with zero responsibilities. I would eat some delicious food. I might go to the movies by myself. Yeah. That's actually something I really enjoy doing. Maybe that is the introvert in me. Taking a walk in the woods with my dog. Maybe eating some more delicious food, a fancy coffee, treating myself a bit. And then honestly, going to bed early and getting a fantastic night's sleep. That to me sounds like a great day.
It sounds like a great day to me too. Yeah. The rest is important.
It really is.
Time to yourself is important to rejuvenate. So I think that is, especially since we don't get that opportunity much now in your lives. I think that's great. Well, Sarah, I am thankful that you came on Who's That Star today. I enjoy having you on here, and hopefully you'll come back again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me and introducing me to my first podcast experience.
Yes, I'm excited to do that, but I know it won't be your last. All right, everybody. I can't wait to talk to you again. Tune in to find out Who's That Star. You've been listening to Who's That Star. I'm Lisa A., and you can listen to this episode of Who's That Star and other shows from LCC Connect anytime online at lccconnect.org. Thank you for listening. Catch me next time to find out Who's That Star.